Express yourself.
What's up, everybody? This is Sneedy, and this is Express Yourself Podcast, a podcast intended to shed light on some things that some may consider minor, but it may be a major reality to others. We hope to be a light to you so that you are able to impact others in your own special way. So, hey, express yourself. Let's go.
All right, so welcome back to another episode of Express Yourself, the podcast. Yeah. I am Coop.
And I'm Sneedy.
And season 2.
Season 2. It is, ain't it?
Season 2.
It is. Oh, my God.
How you feeling about season 2?
Man, I'm looking for new ventures, new topics, new everything, really.
Yes, we going up.
So
we're going to start this season 2 episode, though, off with something a little bit kind of touchy.
Uh-oh. Okay.
This is about being multifaceted, gifted, but feeling like you're stuck.
All right, repeat that again.
Being multifaceted, gifted, they can be exchangeable words,
right?
But feeling like you're stuck.
Oh, that's good. Ooh.
What I mean by that is being able to do so many different things,
right?
But feeling like nothing that you are able to do is helping you progress and move along.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced the stuck mentality?
Oh, definitely. Plenty of times. Still struggle with it every now and then now. My experience with the being stuck thing, I would say just over the years, man, it came from like different things. Like, so there are times where I was stuck being gifted. All right, so let's start with being gifted. So I play instruments, sing, write, produce, do all these different things, and I'm super thankful to be doing all those things. I guess for me, there were phases where it's just like I'm literally like confused, like what am I doing wrong, or like why am I not making it as fast as I should be here, like you know what I'm saying, but I'm still like here, or like like what's going on, you know what I'm saying. So there was moments where I'm like mad with God, like because I see other people surpassing me, and I'm like
definitely.
Now I know I prayed 244 hours longer than they did. I know they ain't even go to church last Sunday, God. Like, now I know you got to elevate me, but then I realized I was just like, man, it was a period of time, man, where I really had to like reshape my thinking. Yeah?
Definitely.
And that's where it came from, really. It was just like, stop being, I was legit being a victim, and it's just like, whose fault is it that you're stuck?
Right.
And I just came to like terms with like, I'm stuck because of me.
Yeah.
And once I came to terms with it, it was like, you fussing at God about something that you did. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, for me, man, it's like, yes, I definitely been there countless numbers of times, and it's not a comfortable feeling, man, because sometimes you don't know what that looks like.
Yeah.
For me, I always thought it was a measure of like, because I ain't get enough likes. Wow. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something, and somebody else might have struggle with that, or overcame it, whatever the case may be. But for me, one point I was like, I didn't get enough attention on social media, so I felt like I was stuck, like I won't get enough, or like, I might be doing something wrong. So then from being there, I'm flipping the script, and I'm like changing everything. I gotta change my look. I gotta change who I date.
Yeah.
I gotta change like I'm the ish now. I gotta change the stuff that my wording, how I'm wording things, like keeping up with the latest pop culture trends, you know what I'm saying? I'm changing everything just so I can be validated, because I didn't realize how stuck I was, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, I'm doing all these things, man. It's just like, in reality, it's just like, no, that's not the problem. None of that is the problem. It's like, find the underlying thing that it really is with me being stuck. And what it was just like, dude, like sometimes it just comes from not knowing yourself, or not even being in love with what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Ooh. Like sometimes we're just doing it. Why? Figure out your why.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, but I can go all day. But go ahead.
Well, for me, it's several different reasons, but the most prominent one I can think about is, I guess my job really, and what I do, working in student affairs. And wanting to, get a promotion and progress in my career, but not having a master's degree. So it's like I can do several different things. I can relate to students. I can do social media piece. I can, I can do this, I can do that, I can give presentations. You know,
Right.
I'm an intellectual thinker, so I can think about and plan and do all this. But because I don't have a master's degree, it's almost as if you're gifted,
Yeah.
but you're stuck. So that is initially why I went back to grad school to get my master's degree, because
Gotcha.
I wanted a promotion. And I realized that if I wanted to stay in this profession, in higher education, the idea is that you have higher education.
Yeah.
And so for a long time, I felt, I was stuck because of my lack of not, getting a master's degree sooner.
That's real, bro.
But through my talking just now, I'm wondering if stuck is the right word.
That's a good point. What is, like, I guess that's what we all have to come to terms with. Like, what is stuck? Because once again, man, like, even relating it to other things, like, yo, am I stuck in my, like, no, hold on now. Like, I gotta be careful when I say this. Like, am I stuck in my relationship? Like, what I mean by that is, like, is my relationship, like, literally just, like, is it going nowhere? But why? You can't say, oh, he trash or she trash. Like, let's figure out, like, you know what I'm saying? Am I stuck in other things? And it ain't even got to be people that are super gifted. Like, yo, whatever it is you're doing, like, yo, what is stuck look like to you? You know what I'm saying? For me, go ahead, bro. I'm sorry.
Yeah, my bad. I think if we're gonna say stuck, if I'm gonna say stuck, it's stuck because I don't know a way out.
Okay,
but
that's
I
good.
do.
Okay,
I did. I'm doing it.
Yeah.
So am I really stuck, or am I multifaceted, gifted? Am I stalled? Am I stalled, not stuck?
Oh, stalled, not stuck.
Yeah.
Oh, that might have to be the title. I like that. Oh,
because it's like, I know the way out. I know the way to go.
Yeah.
I'm just not doing it, or I haven't walked that path yet.
Right.
So you aren't really stuck because there's no wall up.
Right.
The door's open. The path is laid out.
That's real.
You just haven't took the steps, so you're stalled.
Right.
And it's because of what you've done.
That's real, man. I wonder sometimes if we think also that because things aren't going our way, that we feel that as though we're stuck.
Oh, definitely.
Just like you were saying, like, it's just a stall. But, man, I've came to terms, man, and I've had, like, talks with my mentors, man. It's like, yo, like, we want God to, like, just up and be a fairly godparent. You know what I'm saying? And just, like, grant wishes and stuff. And it's just like, dude, like, it's like, yo, what if I need you to stay here? What if I do need you to feel stuck for this season or this moment? You know what I'm saying? But so you can learn, so you can grow. What do I need to learn during this time frame that, like, yo, I do feel stuck? Why are the people, man? Okay, I gotta go here.
Okay,
why are the people around me?
Go for it.
Why am I? And I don't mean this in no disrespectful way. So whoever watches it, it is what it is.
That's
but
what
like,
say.
why are the people around me? Why am I like better than all of them at what we're doing? And we all claim to be wanting to do the same thing.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, God, why do you got me in these situations where it's just like, yo, I'm tired of being the top person. I'm tired of being, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not around people who are helping me grow. So am I stuck? And it's just like, yo, like, maybe it's something I want you to learn from that. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, all right, God, but I mean, it's been like some years. But then on the flip side, it was just like, well, yo, I've gave you access to countless numbers of things. You have social media. Reach out to other people. You got a car. You know how to drive.
Yeah.
Go to places or whatever.
Yeah.
You got money.
So
go fly
stuck.
out. You're not stuck because you got the ability to go change your situation. Right. You got the ability to change your circumstances or whatever, you know, and go do better for yourself. But what we try to play victim, like, oh man, well, the world against me, yo. I'm just a squirrel trying to get a nut, yo. Right. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, after a while, man, it's just like, yo, like, really, we gonna keep playing?
You just sound like a complainer.
Yeah, that's what it is, yo. You're not trying to be better.
You're not. Okay.
You're happy with being stuck, which some people are happy with dysfunction. Because when you in it so long, yo, you don't know anything that it looks.
Yeah, that's
you know
cool. You're clouded.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Clouded.
Like for me, man, I boohooed. Don't nobody know this, but I boohooed the first time I went to like Disney where I had to go get by myself and do it.
I ain't never been.
But
so I'm gonna cry when I go.
Boy, I can't wait for it to open.
And I don't even cry really. My teardrops don't work. They don't work. I can watch the saddest thing. I won't cry.
For real? Not me, boy. I can watch a Disney movie and be.
When I see Mickey.
But look. But yo, like for me, it was just like being that I got access, or I was able to experience something bigger than my mind could have ever imagined. Because me, poor kid growing up and my mom did the best she could.
Definitely.
Like, yo, it's just like, we ain't gonna see no Disney World, dog. It ain't no sense. Like for me growing up, we're like, no, we ain't gonna be no going to Florida.
Most
you know
Disney I saw was, hey, my name is Raymond Simone, and this is the Disney Channel. This is the Disney I saw.
That's Disney World. That's Disney World. That's Disney Planet. Like,
So yeah, I get what you're saying.
but
man.
yeah, it's like, but once I, got exposure to something bigger than something I ever imagined, bro, my thinking had to expand,
Yeah,
bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I heard Bishop say, she was like, once you fly first class, you won't want to fly anything less than that, because what you've been exposed to is just far greater than, what you've ever had. And it's just like, yo, I want to keep growing like that.
And exposure is such a needed thing.
Yeah, it is. Honestly, if you don't receive exposure or things that are better than you correctly, once again, you get back in that stuff zone.
That's true.
Because it's just like, okay, I'm exposed to this. Like me as a musician, I got to sit here and watch some jokers that can play. Cause now, if I walk in there with the wrong mindset, I'm like, yo, these dudes killing. You know what I'm saying? I'd never be able to be like them. I'd never be able to. You know, like, automatically, I'm going back home. Like,
and I think you've said this one time before. Walk in there and not wanting to take their spot, but appreciating them from where they are.
Yeah.
Because I feel like a lot of musicians, and this is me because I'm a church boy.
Yeah.
Quartet grew up.
Okay,
So I feel like a lot of time in musical programs, musicians will walk in wanting to take the person's spot that's on the drums right now.
They do. This happens.
And so, like, that kind of, so you're not appreciating their gift because you feel like you can do it
better, or you want to show off your skills. You know what I'm saying? And as for me learning that, man, it was just like, it was a humbling thing, bro. Like, me having to learn that and sit there back and watch those types of things, it's just like, man, like, I'm sitting thinking to myself, like, yo, I have encountered those types of things where I was like, I run circles on Buddy on the bass. Yeah. But I've seen times where I'm pretty sure, like, people sitting in the crowd, like, yeah, we'll run circles on Darius. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's just a matter of, it's just like, man, like, but once again, going back home with the mentality, like, I would never be on that person's level. But even the sense, like, let's think about television, though. We're watching TV or these pop stars or these superstars or whatever, and you're like, I'd never be like, we appreciate them so much or whatever. I'm not even going to, I'm going to say it. So we got the Beehive. They love the Beehive. These people just don't believe that they could ever amount to anything that she does. And I feel like that's a slap in the face to them.
That is true.
Appreciate her. God knows she's amazing, bro. Beyonce is tough. Like, she's amazing, bro. But it will kind of be a slap in the face to anybody if
you can't get there.
If you can't get there. Yeah. Like, if you really believe, like, yo, I'm fascinated with what you're doing, but I would never be able to do it. And I'm not even singing in the sense, you might not be a singer, you might not be able to dance, but whatever you do, if you do hair, cool, sweetheart. Good, like, you know what I'm saying? That's like, good. Yo, be at the top of that. That's you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, own the fashion shows around the world. You know what I'm saying? With clothing. If you're into fashion, whatever, I'm not really into the fashion thing. Somebody, if you want to help me out, please, so I'm all down for it. But like, I'm not really huge into the fashion thing, but it's just like, yo, whoever it is at that top, don't just appreciate, like, oh my God, they're amazing. Like, yo, find aspiration to be like, yo, okay,
that's good.
You're dope. You're super dope. You inspire me to get where you are. Not, oh, you're super dope. Like, man, like, I wish I could be,
And on the other hand of that, there's also what's available to you.
That's true too.
That's also what you have access to.
That's true.
Which is crazy.
It is.
Because I've said that a lot of times. Like, there was one point in my life where I wanted to be an actor. But because I talk country, I'm like, ain't nobody going.
Bro, same thing. Oh my God. Like, we're not being an actor.
Ain't nobody going,
right.
Put me in a movie.
Wow.
It's crazy.
But you think about this, it's like, this is, man, like, look at it from this standpoint. You have people from the UK who are playing hood characters.
Or Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, they have to adjust. You know what I'm saying? What if they just look like, well, I'll never be, like, yo, I think.
You're talking about Spencer James.
Yeah.
From All American.
Well, Spencer too, but my dude from, Snowfall.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
From the UK. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, how to Get Away with Murder. I ain't even think about that
That's
one.
true.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? But, and these are amazing actors, but it's just like, yo, what if they use their circumstance? And I'm not saying whatever the case may be, but any of us or whatever, I think we're given, you use what you got.
That's true.
And just like us, bro, like we're sitting here right now and we're going to be able to look at this episode one day and we'll be like, Dad, the boys called it.
Yeah.
But like we're sitting and it may get 50 views, whatever. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? But I think it's a matter of we're going to look back one day at the 50, but when we get like the 500,000 or plus, we're going to be like, yo, 2 country boys, one with a tap backwards, one with the short hair. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just looking with holding pillows. You know what I'm saying? These pillows are comfortable, by the way.
Nice.
Like, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, like, yo, yeah, we were holding pillows. Yep. We are. Yep. But, like, the thing is, man, I think we're going to look back or whatever, and we're just going to say, like, look, we bought some lighting kits. Boys bought some microphones. We sat on the couch, dog, and we talked life. And it ended up blowing up and being able to reach people around the world. You know what I'm saying?
It's going to do that.
And that's what, you know, but I say use what you got, man. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it feels like we're stuck, or not necessarily with this, but yes, there are certain instances where we feel like, yo, we are absolutely stuck. It's like, yo, how will I get out of this? What am I doing wrong? Like, why is my life like this?
Right.
I say, number one, take a couple steps back, yo, and evaluate your life.
Survey your resources.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, what do you want your life to look like? That's one thing I always tell all my family, my friends. Like, I say, yo, what do you want your life to look like? Because if you could write it down, what do you want your life to look like? We always, a lot of us, man, not me. Like, but one point in time I did. I have to say this. One point in time I did. I wrote down my life, what I wanted it to look like. And I just wrote down, I just want to have a happy family, pretty decent house or whatever, live comfortable or whatever. And I was like, yo, is that really what you want?
The most basic of stuff, right?
I just said it because that's all my brain could process that I would deserved, or like, oh, I would ever reach. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I had to put an extra, man, I want the top everything.
You want to own your island, right?
I do want my island. If y'all go back and revisit, what episode was it? Fantasy Life Desires, I want my own island. Yep, I do. But I mean, and it's not to say everything is about materialistic things. I just want a high lifestyle because I think I deserve it. I think I'm going to work. If I'm going to work hard towards something, there are going to be seasons or moments or whatever you want to call it, or whatever, where it is. It's like, all right, yo, I ain't going anywhere. Things ain't booming right now. But how many times do we get to that last piece? You're like, all right, God, I'm done, bro.
Right.
I'm done. And then he'll be like, all right, flip everything upside down, bro. And when we say life flips, it ain't always for the bad, yo. Sometimes God flip, life may flip and it be for the good. So just imagine, like, in a blink of an eye, bros, your life could really change.
Just like that.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It set you up, like, I'm talking about all the money, land, anything you want is right there for you.
I want all God has for me.
Ooh, yes.
And some people, and I heard Pastor Darius Daniel say this one time, some people categorize that as being greedy.
They do.
But no, greedy is I want everything.
Yeah.
I want everything God has for me. Is I'm hungry.
Right.
I want more. So what's next, God? Because if it's for me,
right,
I'm gonna be hungry for it.
Yes.
And I always say
it's your desire that He put in you.
Right? I always say water is received differently by people who are thirsty.
Yeah.
So if you want thirsty, you're gonna look at that water and be like, it's just another cup of water.
Wow.
But for somebody who's thirsty, they're gonna appreciate that water more.
Told, bro. Yeah, that's good, man.
So that's how I look at it. And I look at this whole thing. Have you ever played Pokemon?
The card game?
No, Pokemon like the.
Oh no, I ain't played that.
Oh wow. Okay, so this one ain't work. Who ain't play Pokemon?
You play the card game.
Okay,
but...
so if you're in Pokemon, if you go through a cave,
okay,
you have the ability to have what's called escape rope.
Okay,
that will get you out of the cave no matter where you at.
Okay,
you can use it and you're out of the cave. But when you don't have the escape rope, you got to go through the cave. You got to fight every animal that pops up. You got to go through every rock, around every corner, to get to the end of the mountain.
Right.
And that's how I feel about being gifted but being stuck. I don't want the escape rope. I want to be able to get through. And I might have battles. I might have to fight somebody random. I might have times where my battery might die, and I might have to, come back to where I am and proceed. But that's how I feel about being gifted and stuck. And having to move forward.
That's good though, man. But you're gonna appreciate it a lot more, man.
I agree.
Like, just to that's good, bro. Because it makes me think all the time. Like, we talk about the people who were like, we say they were given a silver spoon in their mouth, la la la. But I'm like, man, I can't be mad with some of these parents, yo, who set their kids up to like win. Because I don't know what they had to go through. You know what I'm saying? So if you just set your child up like to a like you set your child up super high, like I'm not mad with you for that. You know what I'm saying? And I used to be so upset because I was like, man, you gave me my mom, and then such and such got this person. You know what I'm saying?
I've
I'm
been
like,
the same way.
Yeah, but I thought about it. I was like, bro, my mom, the way she fight for me, bro, and go hard for me, I was like, man, I would never say any of the stuff that like I even thought in my head again, because it's just like, dude, she is a prime example of how the reason why I think the way I think. It ain't no like stopping me. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, dude, like we gonna get there. Like she gonna have we gonna have everything, cause you know what I'm saying. And it's just like, if I have the ability, she set me up to as far as where I'm at now or whatever. So she set me up so I can live this life. I'm gonna set my child and children up or whatever to the point like, dude, like they gonna go to the finest, they gonna have to find us everything or whatever. But I'm still gonna be able to teach them like, dude, like nothing ain't given to you, bro. You got to work hard for it. Like we just set you up, super high, yo. Like so, yeah, you are privileged, but don't please don't abuse it.
Don't live in that mindset, though.
You know what I'm saying? And they're gonna end up in these stuck moments or whatever. Like, so you got to think we're always gonna come to these points where we're feeling like we're stuck. The key thing to just with this whole stuck thing, we need to figure out, yo, what is the root of this being stuck thing? If we put our mind and really shed light on the why do I feel like I'm stuck? Because sometimes it could be the smallest thing that you just need to overcome. Maybe you need to let homeboy go. Maybe you need to let homegirl go.
Is it a pattern?
Yeah. Good. Okay. Yeah. Like now that I've experienced that. I blame plenty of people for like everything, man. It was me the whole time, and it's just like, dude. After I cut that crap out, it was just like, dude. It's like it was almost like, yo, like the weight was cut, bro, and I was able to like. It's like, dude, like all this long, it was me. Yeah, it was me all along. So that's why I said, man, anybody feeling stuck, anybody really like just out here like, you know, like man, like. I don't really know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know where to start. I don't know where to begin. I say begin like, yo, write it down. Yeah. I had to learn the write down thing, man, because my brain processes a lot of information or whatever, and it's just like every day I'm talking about plenty of information. And it's just like me, I was going to walk around, just keep it in my head. And generally, I do pretty good, man. Like, even with the sermons out here, I can re-quote them back to you easily. But I don't know. I thank God for that. That's a gift too. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm able to really like just be able to like process like the sermon. Yeah. And I can go have conversations right back like soon after it's done. Like, yo, yeah, she was saying this or he was saying like, yo, my God. Like, you know what I'm saying? But I had to learn like, bro, there were moments where I would like get like really depleted because it's just like, dude, you had what's wrong? I don't know. And it just comes because it's too much in your head or whatever. So I would say, like, write this stuff down or whatever. If you don't like your life or whatever, and when I say you don't like your life, I'm talking about things you can control. If you don't like the way your nose is shaped, sweetheart, I'm sorry. Or, dude, I'm sorry. But, yo, that's how God made you be proud of that person or whatever. So if it's stuff like that God made you that way or whatever, be happy and love that person. So I'm not talking about those things. I'm talking about like your circumstances or different things that you can control. You don't like the school you go to? Okay, change it or whatever. Or figure out something, online classes, whatever you can do or whatever. You don't like the group of friends or you feeling like they like shady. Find some new. You will find some new ones.
Change them.
They come and go. Trust me, like it's okay. Like you will find some new ones that are gonna love you for you, and they're gonna push you. And that's another thing, bro. Being stuck sometimes can come from your crew, your circle or whatever. You can get stuck by being with those people because sometimes, you can't be a go-getter hanging out with such and such and deal who want to just sit around.
That's true.
Or whatever and do nothing.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? You out here trying to do all you can for your life and you just hanging with a whole bunch of people who just like, yeah, bro.
Who don't want really to go anywhere but to do what they
this is it for me.
This is it.
You know what I'm saying? Get from around them. Like, remember, your crew does not have to look like you. They don't have to be your race, your sexuality, your gender, nothing. Like, find you a crew who loves you for you and is going to push you to be the best or whatever.
Most definitely.
Once you get all those things, Joe, I don't even know if it's stuck. There will be the feeling of stuck from time to time, but I think you will always have the right mindset of how to, like, pursue move forward. Yeah, bro. All right, I go in, man. So, I'm sorry.
This has been good, Darius.
Yeah, bro.
Sneedy.
Yes.
Who am I talking to right now?
Either it don't even matter. we both in, we in there.
Yeah.
Like,
but if you're feeling like you're stuck right now, as Darius said, as we've been taught, take a step back, separate where you are, and figure out how you can move forward.
Yeah. Move forward, yeah. Don't let these things define you. Don't get stuck here. Like I said, man, you have the ability to control these things. You are amazing people. You're an amazing person. Whatever your past may look like, erase that joint. You could reflect on it, but don't let it dictate your future. And, like, you have the ability to control your present and move forward. So, yeah.
Definitely.
Hey, bro, I'm good.
Season 2, episode 1.
Season 2, episode 1 already.
Gosh.
I love it, man.
Well, it's been another episode of Express Yourself, the podcast. I am Coop.
And I'm Sneedy.
Appreciate you.
Peace.
Express yourself. Express yourself.